Hello people and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be speaking about the 5 simple mindset shifts for a happier and healthier state of mind. Let's get straight to it. Now you're probably thinking, what is the point of this video? Okay, well the point of this video is that no matter how powerful a situation is, the way we think about it can either lift us up or drag us straight down. Now the way we think about it can either be self-defeating in the sense that you lower your self-esteem literally by your own thoughts, or you can either increase your self-esteem and make you feel superior in a certain situation. Okay, now in this video I'm going to be running you through 5 tips to kind of, they should kind of adopt for a healthier state of mind, and for you to be able to control your happiness and become happier in the long term. Okay, not just simple small one-time gratification for 5-10 minutes. Okay, let's go to tip number 1. Now tip number 1 is enjoy the journey to the fullest. Now us humans are always going to go through a certain situation where we feel like we need to reach a destination for us to feel happy. Okay, now that's just a habitual way that we've kind of learned throughout school, throughout anything, where we are in a school, we've learned something, we have a test at the end of the week, and once you've reached that test and once you've reached the destination of getting a a great mark, that's when you feel happy. When in turn you should feel happy that you've learned something for yourself. Okay, that's the kind of mindset that you need to kind of focus on, is that you need to enjoy something to the fullest within the journey, rather than once you've reached a certain stage, okay, that's when you're happy. Because then, for example, say you're a person that's you kind of let yourself go physically wise, and you want to get back into shape, for example, you're gonna say to yourself, I'm gonna be happy once I've reached the journey, once I've reached my end goal. One in turn, you should say, I feel happy that I've started this. I feel great that I've started to kind of see for myself that I should lose weight. I'm happy that I've started to lose weight, because then once if you don't enjoy the journey to the fullest, you're never going to bring out the best outcome that you should bring out. Full stop. Okay, if you start to say to yourself, oh this is a very it's a long journey, it's a journey that I'm most likely not going to enjoy, I'm only going to be happy once I've reached it, you will never reach that destination. Full stop. You cannot be in a certain situation where you have destination addiction. Okay, now a psychologist called Robert Holden once said, beware of destination addiction until you give up the idea that happiness is somewhere else. It will never be where you are. Okay, you need to give up the idea of destination addiction, because then if you have destination addiction, okay, you will never fully enjoy what you're doing in life ever. Okay, because then you always feel the need that you need more to feel happier. So my tip, full stop, is to enjoy the journey to the fullest. Any way you can do it, something that's relative to the journey. Not if you're trying to build a rocket and the way to enjoy it is to have food. No, find something relative to it. Maybe okay, I learned this new thing with my team that I'm building the rocket with, or I'm gonna go out on my team to have drinks, for example. It's a way to build a bond, a way to build a relationship. Okay, so my tip number 2 is how our thoughts kind of control the outcome. Okay, now Jack Canfield said the equation that he kind of presented to us is that event plus response equals the outcome of how you feel. For example, now let's take the example of you've gone into a market, you've gone to to a store, you're shopping, and you've seen a friend, okay, and you've acknowledged them, and they've walked by you, or they're walking around, and they didn't say anything to you. They didn't say anything to you, full stop. They didn't acknowledge you, for example. Okay, now the first thing that we're gonna think of is, oh, they must hate me, or they must not like me. Am I not likable? Do they have a problem with me? Or shall I go up to them and confront them? When in turn, they might have just not seen you, or they might have just had no time to waste, or to just speak to you, or they were just not in the mood to talk, or they were having a bad day, for example. So that's why you should always kind of control how you think, rather than to let your mind free, just roll free in a way you kind of let it think how it thinks. Okay, so for example, to think positively in that kind of situation, you can say to them, maybe they just didn't have any time, maybe they didn't see me, maybe they were just having a bad day. Stop thinking. You really need to stop thinking that when someone walks by you that and they don't say anything to you, they don't do the little nod, or they don't acknowledge you, that they don't like you, or they hate you, or they're being rude, that may know it, that they may never be in a situation. I guarantee that 99.999% of you have been in a situation where you're on the end of not being acknowledged, or you're a person that you've acknowledged your friend but you didn't say anything to them. You've been in that situation. Okay, no matter how old you are, no matter how, no matter what you've been through, you've been in that situation. Now, Shakespeare himself said that there is nothing good or bad, but thinking so, thinking makes it so. Okay, so that's why what he's pretty much saying here is that good or bad is only determined by how we kind of think of it. Tip number 3 is word rephrasing can make a huge difference. Now, if you've ever been in a football team, you've been in any kind of, teamwork situation, and you were the one that messed up, you would most likely feel a little bit better if someone said to you, look, it's a mistake, you're gonna keep making more mistakes, keep going, okay? Making mistakes will show you a way to not make those mistakes in the future. You'll feel better in that instance. But when someone, say you're in a football team, you've made a bad tackle, and the other team has got a penalty, the goalkeepers come to say to you, listen, you're a bad player, you're horrible, you should be subbed off, you should leave, no one likes you here. You'll feel way worse, and you'll perform way worse in the game. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Now, I'm gonna ask you a question, and be honest with yourself. What kind of words do you use more? I'm an idiot. I'm overwhelmed. I'm stressed. I'm frustrated. I'm afraid. I'm stupid. I'm annoyed. I'm anxious. Okay, do you use, this list of words, or, which ones do you use more often? Or do you use love, fun, confident, grateful, excited, hopeful, wonderful? What kind of words do you use more? Because, us humans have it, like I said before, we have the innate need to focus more on the negatives than on the positives. Okay, now tip number 4 is the right way to compare yourself to others. Okay, now everyone in this entire world is guilty of comparing themselves to someone else. Even if you're the prettiest person out there, you're the most successful person out there, you will always compare yourself, to a person that's either below you in the status, or or is above you in the status. No matter who you are, it's just our innate behavior. It's hardwired within us. Okay, that's kind of how society works. You need to kind of compare yourself to someone else to kind of elevate. But the majority of times when we compare ourselves, it's usually to something that we're negative at, and someone else is more positive at. Now, for example, if you're old, if you're tall, if you're you're built good, or for example, you have a good upper body but you have a skinny, you have skinny legs or whatever, that person in the gym that has a skinny top but the most built legs, the most kind of defined muscles, hamstring muscles, you always look at them and say, I wish I had that. When in turn you kind of have the better version of them. It's that you kind of need to work better on something to become as good as them. Now, the right way to kind of compare yourself to someone else is to say, okay, they are very good at this. They are a beautiful person. They're very, very smart. How can I become like them? How can I move forward to do something, about what I'm doing right now to get closer to what they have that I need? Okay, instead of saying, they're just better than me at this, I can't be asked, I don't like anything, I'm just going to stop now. That's the bad way of doing it, okay? Because when you compare yourself to other people, you feel like you're the only ones comparing yourself to other people in this entire world. When I guarantee you, if you're in a room with 10 people and you're comparing yourself with another person, those other 9 people are comparing themselves with another person, whether it was now, it was going to be in the future, or it was in the past. Okay, now lastly, it is emotional hygiene has to always come first, man. It really does. Now, what my name this time is that us people, we always tend to kind of care more about our physical kind of appearance, our physical body, rather than our emotional kind of mind. Okay, our emotions, our mind, our mental health. Okay, if we were to cut ourselves, we would be running to get a plaster, to get some alcohol to clean it, or if we we always if our tooth is hurting, we're always running to the dentist saying, listen, I'm gonna have to get a cavity, for example. Or if if you have bad hair, like how I kind of do, you always say I need to run to the barbers to get my hair done. But when you've been insulted, for example, when you've been kind of put down, you never say I need to find a way to fix this right now. You always kind of brush it off, move forward. And the term bottling it up is real, people. It really is real. Okay, it is something that people just struggle with. Okay, I'm not trying to go too deep into this. I'm not trying to make this this video very dark, but emotional hygiene has to come first. You have to kind of become more emotionally open with people that are annoying you, or doing something, or kind of just separate yourself from the people that are hurting you. Okay, you need to find a way to kind of better your mental health, whether that's just sitting down one night, reading a book, being in complete silence, or being doing something that is enjoyable to you, completely different than what you do in your life. Whether that's gaming, whether that's sitting down watching a video, whether that's doing whatever makes you happy, whether that's going out to play football with your friends, okay? Because you can't always feel like, you know, I need to look after my physical health to then have a better mental health, when everything that's ever been is within. Now, why do you always see flowers always grow from the inside and they don't just grow out like how they are? They always grow from the inside, and they flourish. They become better because the inside, the foundations are always better than the inside. Now, look, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Like I said, this is I've written a blog about this on my website, so I'm gonna put the link for it down below. Don't forget to even check out my website as a whole. Don't forget to also like and subscribe, and turn on the post notifications bell to be notified whenever I upload. Don't forget to follow my social medias, my Instagram, my Twitter, and my Facebook are also in the link down below. Also, my TikTok is in the link down below. So don't forget to like, and subscribe to this channel and follow my other social medias. Okay, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I should be seeing you guys very, very soon. Have a good day.